Welcome to the No Limits Podcast, where limits do not exist, where you can create cash flow, equity, and real freedom with the power of real estate.
3, 4. Now, we will begin.
Welcome to the Dojo.
Bitcoin versus real estate investing. That's the topic of today's show. This is Todd Toback, and welcome to the No Limits Real Estate Investing Podcast. If this is the first time that you're listening to the show, head on over to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com. I've got a map there. That's the massive action plan. And whether you're trying to do your first deal or if you're trying to scale to a 7 or 8 figure business and want to hire a team, go and download that map. It's going to give you the actual blueprint to go ahead and do that. Go to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com and download the wholesaling map. Also, if you've been a longtime listener and you love the show, please go ahead and share that with your friends, teammates, colleagues, people in real estate who you think would benefit from hearing the show. So just copy and paste the link from wherever you consume the content and text it to 3 or more of your favorite people. All right, so let's jump into today's topic, and that is Bitcoin versus real estate investing. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't look anywhere without seeing the Bitcoin craze. Or when I refer to Bitcoin, I refer to cryptocurrency in general. And today I'm going to talk about, should you be investing in Bitcoin or should you be investing in real estate, and why which one is better than the other. And I tell you what, I've got a strong opinion on this one, and I would love to hear your feedback, by the way. So if you want to tweet me or send me an Instagram, catch me at Todd Toback on Instagram. I'd love to hear what you think about this, and you can share this with other people. Love to get the conversation going. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk about some of the advantages and disadvantages of both. I have a very strong opinion here, but I'm going to try to be fair. All right. So we're going to talk about the advantages first of cryptocurrency. All right. Number one, cryptocurrency, it's new and exciting, right? You've got that feeling, that adrenaline, and people love talking about it. And whenever there's something new on the block, it's a lot of fun. So I'm going to give that a plus for crypto. Number two, it has perceived value, meaning that for whatever reason, people think that Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies have value, right? And whether or not they have value, I'm not actually going to get into that in this episode too much, but the perceived value is what's important here, because people are actually paying money for it, just like the US dollar or the Canadian dollar or pesos, is that there's a perceived value to that. So that's a plus for cryptocurrency. Number three is you can get in with an ease of entry, meaning that if you got the cash, you can play. Now, there are expensive cryptocurrencies and others that you can get in a lower barrier of entry, but guess what? You can get in pretty much with any amount of money, depending on the cryptocurrency that you want to invest in. Four, there is a limited supply. And I put a big maybe in parentheses, because one of the perceived advantages of Bitcoin is that there's only a limited supply, and therefore the price will always continue to go up. Now, notice I said of Bitcoin, right? Now, it's funny because many people who I ask about cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, I press them on the mechanics behind Bitcoin and why it's valuable and how it's made and how it's counted and valued. I never really get a straight answer, right? There's a lot of smoke and mirrors, but at the very least, there's a perceived scarcity there. So I'm going to give that an advantage to cryptocurrency. So let's talk about some disadvantages. And by the way, I promise at the end here, I'm going to give you my opinion and then give you instructions on how to deal with this. So one of the disadvantages of it is that most people don't fully understand cryptocurrency. I am fully against investing anything that you just don't understand. And so if you don't understand it, I'm going to suggest you run. B is that the money, right, the value of Bitcoin is only based on perceived value, meaning that if somebody says it's not valuable anymore, it's not backing anything, right, as opposed to real estate, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. C is ease of entry and exit, meaning that anybody can do it, right? So just as it is easy to get in, it is easy to get out. So if people start selling really, really, really quickly, the price of cryptocurrency will fall. So I'm actually recording this at a time where cryptocurrency just completely crashed, lost like 30 or 40% of its value, and that's because of a sell-off. The next disadvantage is that there's virtually unlimited supply of cryptocurrency. Now, I know that I said that in the advantages, and this is where it actually gets sticky that I see that I don't hear a lot of people talking about, right? So many people talk about Bitcoin as if there's this limited supply of Bitcoin, supposedly, and that because of that, the value is going to go up. But here's the interesting thing about cryptocurrency, right? Is that I see all these other weird coins popping up. So there's this craze of Dogecoin or Dogcoin and Mooncoin and Broccoli Coin and Cat Coin. I can't even keep up anymore, but it seems like every single day there's a new cryptocurrency popping up. And every single day there are people saying that this is all valuable, these coins that they're creating out of thin air. And so the very thought that Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is valuable, it's actually being diluted by these other cryptocurrency and other coins that have quote unquote perceived value. And so I see YouTube channels popping up and man, it is hot. And I can tell you this is that I hopped on a YouTube channel the other day that someone had sent me, and the YouTuber who did it is a virtual unknown. And his YouTube channel grew from 0 to 10,000 subscribers in a matter of months. And that's because the topic is just so hot, right? Everybody is talking about cryptocurrency. And I don't know about you, but this reminds me of what happened in 2008. Everybody is talking about real estate. Everyone's a real estate investor. People are buying new houses, old houses. Everyone's a fix and flipper, locking up condos for $1,000 and selling them for, a 10 grand profit, basically for new builds. And it seemed like, everybody and their mother was a real estate investor. And so right now, everybody and their mother is a cryptocurrency investor with their quote unquote hot tip on a new coin. And I can tell you that this, from my opinion, looks like a house of cards. All right. Now, here's the other disadvantage is that you can't use your knowledge to change the value, buy at a discount, or increase the value of Bitcoin. Now, you may say, Todd, in terms of yes, you could buy at a discount if it dips. No, I'm talking about at a discount of the then market value. So if the actual market value of a cryptocurrency, let's say, is $10 a coin, you can't go out and buy that today for $5, as opposed to other asset classes, which are hard and that you can negotiate for. The other disadvantage of cryptocurrency is that you can lose everything overnight, right? This whole thing could be completely shut down and the government could regulate it and say no more Bitcoin. All right, so let's talk about my favorite asset class. And of course, this is the No Limits Real Estate Investing podcast. So let's talk about the advantages of real estate. Number one, it's always new and exciting if you choose it to be, right? It's all mindset and attitude. And so even though real estate may seem not as sexy as Bitcoin and all these cool things going on and the internet going ablaze, right? It's all attitude. And so for me, I live and breathe. I've got real estate in my blood. And so if you make that commitment, it will be new and exciting every day. Take on a new challenge, find a new marketing channel, hire a new employee, grow personally, invest in a new real estate asset class. I don't care what it is, but keep it new and exciting. Number two, there is a perceived value and actual value of real estate. What I love about real estate is even if the US dollar fell apart, is that real estate still has value. And so I could trade that house for food or groceries or transportation or another form of shelter. I don't care what it is, but I can tell you this brick and mortar, this piece of dirt has actual real value. Number three is that there is limited supply, meaning that they're not building any more land. Sure, they could build more houses, but that process is slow. It's expensive. There's a high barrier of entry, and they're not building any more land in the world. So again, there is an actual limited supply. What I like about real estate is that there also is an ease of entry. So if you're listening to this, yes, there's a high barrier of entry to actually buy real estate, but you can get in controlling real estate by negotiating with sellers and marketing for leads and converting those leads and flipping those contracts to buyers, right? All of my favorite stuff here. Number 5 is this is easily understood. If you listen to this podcast, you should definitely have a strong grasp of real estate, how to control it, how to rent it, how to cash flow it, how to sell it, how to lock it up for a discount, how to build a team, how to use sales and negotiation to increase your profits. I mean, you have everything at your fingertips, and you should be able to spout out this information right at the tip of your tongue. Number 6 is that you can't dilute value, right? You can't just make up a coin, or you can't just make up a cryptocurrency. This is real stuff. And so therefore, the value of the asset will be forced to appreciate over time and can't disappear overnight. Now, here's number 7, which I love, is that your effort and your knowledge can be used to buy real estate below market value. So it doesn't matter what the market does. You could buy a piece of real estate at 30% below today's market value, and if for whatever reason there was a recession or real estate fell, you'd still be in a good position. If you have a property and it's being mismanaged, you can go ahead and you can increase the rents. You can enforce a good lease. You could repair it. You can make it look nice and increase the value. And so I love that control. When you take your knowledge and you implement it into a business with just strong, persistent, laser-focused action, you can't help but to win. Number 9 is that this is proven. Real estate is one of the oldest businesses known to man. It has stood the test of time. And I don't know about you, but I plan on living in shelter until the day that I die. All right. So here is the one disadvantage to real estate that I could think of. Are you ready? It takes work. So if you're willing to do the work, and if you're willing to go out and implement and learn and have fun, okay, I absolutely love real estate. So here is my end result, my summary. Here's why I think most people should stay away from cryptocurrency and laser focus on real estate. You as an investor have an infinite amount of time. Now, most people will spend time researching, reading, talking, thinking about cryptocurrency, making Facebook posts about it, and getting involved in the craze, right? There's emotional energy. So if you say, Todd, I just put my money in there and just wait. Well, the real truth of the matter is that you spend a lot more time thinking about it and talking about it and researching about it and looking at the price than you probably know. And those are all minutes and days and hours that you cannot get back. There is an opportunity cost here that you cannot measure. Your focus will have an exponential amount of return. Now, best case scenario with cryptocurrency, right, is people are looking to double their money with Bitcoin over a year, right? They're going to say, I put in $20,000 and it's up to $40,000, right? That's 100% return. And I tell you what, that sounds pretty good, but if you took that $25,000 and you invested into coaching or marketing or people in your real estate business, and again, I'm talking about coaching in real estate or marketing in your real estate business, and the people inside your real estate business, you can turn $25,000 into $250,000 your first year in business and continue that process year after year after year after year. You can turn that $250,000 into $1 million. And so I'm so confused when people, who are getting started in real estate get distracted by this stuff. You have this tool in front of you that you can force to appreciate, right? You can force the value to go up. You can force the return and not just hope and pray and speculate that the value can go up. Do not let cryptocurrency steal your focus. Now, here's what I can tell you is that if Bitcoin winds up going through the roof, someone may say, Todd, I told you so. Maybe. But what is the opportunity cost? What did you lose because you became obsessed or distracted by cryptocurrency? What did you lose in your real estate business? I could tell you that for every piece of marketing we put out the door, we aim to get a 5x return. That's a 500% return on our money. So, of course, we've got overhead, but we're at least looking to triple our money after all expenses. So, unless you are totally maxed out in your real estate business, meaning that every dollar that you could have invested is in your real estate business, and you have all the free time in the world, and your team is fully operational without you, and your team has all the resources in the world to get the job and get done, and they are laser focused. Okay. My suggestion is to get laser focused on what's in front of you. Real estate is so powerful. It is amazing. It's treated my family amazingly well. And I know that if you get focused on it, it will do the same for you. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you have not downloaded the map, go to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com and download the wholesaling map. And I am looking forward to talking to you on the next episode.